Well, hello and welcome back. It's Perry, and today I want to introduce the Acro Lagoon from Innovative Marine. It's the 112 gallon, 3 foot by 3 foot by 20-inch deep cube. The idea for building out this reef is a low-lying structure on independent rocks, utilizing a modular way of reefing and placing corals. And this is done in effort to allow them to have the space to grow out and to also be able to pull them independently if necessary. So there is some rock in the system, but you can see it's quite limited. Most of it is been taken over by coral. And so while the tank is new, the corals have been with me, most of them for almost about a year and a half, going on 2 years. And so I've grown everything out in this system from frags. And you can see this is just a beautiful tank that Innovative Marine came up with. This is the EXT version, by the way. And just real simple, on the interior part of the system is in my family room. And the filtration aspect of the system is in a completely separate room where I will also be doing coral propagation. But for right now, it's the filtration's on the other side of the room, which I'll get into in a few minutes. As far as lighting is concerned, I'm using a 4-bulb retrofit from Aquatic Life with 2 Orphec OR3 blue reef bars on either side. And in the center was the reef breeder, Photon V232 Pro, I believe, which has now been replaced with a 6-bulb ATI unit. So that's given me 10 ATI bulbs and 2 reef bars on either side, which is ample lighting for the reef. And here's a better shot to give you an idea. Since this is the main view of this aquarium, I thought I would share the view that I mostly look at when I'm sitting down on my recliner on the couch. This is my view, and it is a pretty cool view to take in. Again, the EXT version of Innovative Marine gave me the freedom to plumb through the wall, which I did. And on the other side of the wall is the filtration. I live in Florida, and I need to run a fan constantly, at least for the majority of the full spectrum lighting. So back here you see some of my old Digital Aquatics monitor. That's the brains of this system. So I'm running very, very basic. And what I want to show everyone out there is that you don't need an Apex system. You don't need to automate dosing and do all this crazy stuff. Calcium reactors in most cases are unnecessary. I think sometimes we might make this hobby a little bit more overcomplicated. I'm a big fan of biology as far as the reef goes and trying to create the best ecosystem I can. And so the tank runs quite naturally. There is additional live rock in the sump for filtration with mangroves. That's to help, again, be more natural in terms of filtration. At this point, with this many acropora and this large of a coral mass, it is playing into the overall nutrient cycle in the aquarium. Right now there's the 2 Bimaculatus anthias. You can see the 2 clownfish in the back. Those are the ORA. There's a fox face, a huge one in here somewhere. The copper band butterfly, and 4 pajama cardinals. And so that gives me the 4, or actually only 3, or there's 2 pajama cardinals, 1 bang eye, then the 2 clownfish, and then the two Bimaculatus anthias, the copper band, and the fox face. So 9, 10 fish, whatever it works out to be, fed heavily, around 4 frozen cubes per day. I feed extremely heavy once per day, and then that's my additional food supply for all these acros. In terms of nutrients, they're pretty low, around 6 to 7 ppm for nitrates, and anywhere from 0.06 to 0.08 on phosphates. Trying to keep that 100 to 1 ratio. Seems to be working out pretty well. Now for filtration, let's see here, try to brighten up the room a little bit. Here we go. For filtration, I ended up getting this 75-gallon reservoir that's hard plastic reservoir. It's a tank. It's made for RVs for their water reservoir. It's at 75 gallons. I really like the footprint, and I just used a jigsaw to kind of cut it out and frame it out like I wanted it to be. And so, you can see the water line. I do have it on a float switch for RODI, which is in that Tropic Marin bucket over there. But you see next to it in the clear 10-gallon reservoir, I am using kalkwasser. And when I make kalkwasser, I make it here in this restaurant 5-gallon Lexan, or Cambro rather. And then I let it sit, and then I pour off only the cleared liquid into the 10-gallon reservoir. So there's very little sediment that's built up down in the bottom of that reservoir. So that way I don't have to clean it very often, and I'm only getting what I want into the system. None of that undissolved kalkwasser residue. You can see the 25 watt UV sterilizer is running, and it's hitting a bag of passive carbon in the sump. And there is some rock down there with some mangroves. The return pump, which is the Ecotech with a fan blowing down. And then you can see right there it's teed off. I'll be adding a propagation lowboy tank into this room here. And then as you can see, the plumbing comes through the wall, down into the sump. And then on this wall I have all of my electronics. And then as I back off, you can see that I have a chair in front of my sump. That's an old barber chair. My late fiance used to cut hair right here. This was a part of her hair station. So a lot of symbolic meaning to this area of the home, where I decided to go ahead and just keep that set up the way it was. And so my filtration runs in this room. And then I'm still in the process of designing this room, but some big open windows, some plants, my surfboards gathering here, and then I've got a door to go out back. So when I decide I want to drain this tank, all I got to do is run a hose right out back. So this has made life so much simpler, and I can't even tell you. I don't need anything to be any more complex than what you see here, which this looks complex and it looks like a wiring nightmare, but I assure you it's very, very safe. And there's no way of spillage or any issues with splashing or leakage or nothing. So everything is water-wise is completely maintained inside of that sump there that I made. And the iTech skimmer is boom. That is a powerhouse of a protein skimmer. So you can see it's got some really, nasty funk in it. And that's my filtration area. So this is where I spend a great deal of time now. I've got my lap there for watching podcasts, Reef Bum, or any of the other shows that are out there. The Reef Beef, I enjoy those guys too. And then as I come back into the house, yeah, another tank over here too. So this is in the dining room area, not far from the display, but I've got a little 30-gallon Innovative tank, and it's lit with just blue lighting, and I've got some of the corals that just didn't make the cut, man. And here we are back into the main room, and we'll just go ahead and finish up here. Thanks for following along. Sorry, this video is a little long-winded, but pretty soon I'll kind of try to get into some of the supplements I use and different things I put into the tank to try to drive that ultimate coloration. Hopefully you enjoy what you're seeing. I know I do.